What's up, guys? It's Beeboy here, and I can't believe this is actually happening, but pets are finally returning to Fortnite, and in an insane way. So, we just got the announcement of the new cosmetic items coming with the release of the Simpsons season, which is on November 1st, 2 days away as I'm recording this, Sidekicks. So sidekicks are officially the new pets in Fortnite, and they have been referred to online in the leaks for the past few months as companions. So they actually are called sidekicks, and let me just tell you, these look amazing. I cannot wait for these. So to preface, if you don't know who I am or didn't even have any clue there are pets in Fortnite to begin with, well, first off, hi, I'm Beeboy, and I've made a million videos about the pets in Fortnite in the past. And I would recommend, after this video, to go watch this video I made called The Future of the Fortnite Pets. I made this a few years ago and just kind of talked about the history of the Fortnite Pets and the direction I saw them going in. And honestly, looking back on that video, I was actually right about a lot of stuff that turned out to be true with the sidekick. So that's super cool. But anyway, without further ado, let's get straight into the blog post. Okay, sorry, this is B-Boy from the future editing this. I did have to pause it for just a second because while I was editing this, Fortnite decided that they were going to drop a whole trailer showing all kinds of new stuff. It kind of disproved some of the things I said and gave us new info, so I'm going to be cutting in here and again to just give extra context or correct things that I may have said. So anyway, back to the blog post. All right, straight into the blog post. Fortnite just posted this morning, introducing Fortnite Sidekicks. Sidekicks are new pals in Fortnite that join your adventures in Battle Royale, Lego Fortnite, developer mid experiences, and more. Enjoy their company as they react to the world around you. So before I talk about the next part, I'm just going to go ahead and show you the ones that they show us in this blog post. So first off, we have Peels, and he's just this little yellow banana dog. I love him. He is amazing. And the video just kind of shows you how they're going to work in game. So you see him running around, they're dancing with you, and I just feel like this is so cool because I feel like this is what everybody always wanted with the pets. They always wanted this super interactive creature that would follow you around in game, and I feel like seeing this after so many years, this is exactly what people wanted, and it's so cool to see it finally happen. So the next sidekick they actually show is Lil Raptor, and he's obviously based off the Raptor from Chapter 2, Season 6. And the cool thing about this video is that they show off the next feature they talk about in the blog post, which is accessories. So as you see, throughout this video, the Raptor has different colors, different feathers on, different shirt on. And so let's just go straight into reading about those accessories. So the accessories I think are really cool, but they are also getting a lot of controversy online, and for good reason, which I'll get into in a second, but let me just go ahead and read what they write about it. So it says, you can customize the appearance of most sidekicks one time in your locker after obtaining them. Your choices are permanent, so make sure to preview the appearance before locking it in. Most sidekicks can earn sidekick points to unlock cosmetics for themselves just by tagging along with you when equipped. So it sounds like when you play with a certain sidekick equipped, you're going to earn sidekick points to unlock the accessories for that specific sidekick. And it does sound like this is locked. It sounds like if I'm using Peels, I'm not going to be able to use those points on Lil Raptor, and also vice versa. It sounds like it's tied to the specific pet. Now, here's the kicker, though. Like I read, it says that the choices are permanent. And so with Lil Raptor, for example, if I wanted him to be orange and wearing a green shirt, if I select those options, Lil Raptor is now locked to those options. So he's always permanently going to be orange and be wearing a green shirt. So this is actually wrong. Fortnite has come out and made it very clear that there's a difference between appearance and accessories. So when you purchase a sidekick, you will be able to choose its appearance, and I'll pop up part of the trailer here. It's their color, their eye color, their accent color, and size or something. I don't know. Their physical traits, and those will be locked and be permanent. However, the accessories like shirts, hoodies, and stuff like that, you can change anytime, and that's what you use your sidekick points on. So they actually did change this in the blog post as well. I'll read it off. It says, they're your own customizable companion. You can design your sidekick and select their permanent physical traits, which is how they will appear moving forward. However, you can change their name and accessories at any time. Cosmetics like hats and hoodies can be earned with sidekick points from hanging out together. So I just wanted to clear that up. There is still a little controversy around it, so what I said isn't completely useless, but I did just want to make that clear for anybody watching because it was very confusing how they put it originally. Now, obviously that sounds a little weird. Epic does have a way that you can get other styles, but this is what's receiving the most controversy. basically, if you want a different combination of styles or a different color or something like that, you actually have to buy the sidekick over again. Like, you have to re-buy it. So yeah, this is actually still true for color variations, just not accessories. Now, obviously, the entire internet, including myself, thinks this is kind of greedy of Epic because there's no reason you should have to buy edit styles if you already bought the cosmetic itself. I think that's crazy. So it is getting a lot of backlash online. The one thing that worries me is I feel like pets have had a lot of controversy already in the past with Gunner and Empress's price, and I feel like that was a large contributor to why they stopped doing pets for many years. So I hope that doesn't happen again, but Epic does need to listen to this and change something, because I don't see why there's any reason you couldn't just use your sidekick points to unlock new styles or like retry and redo your cosmetics that you chose. So me personally, I'm just gonna buy one of each pet and just, you know, do my favorite options, because I don't know anybody who's gonna buy the same sidekick twice. I think that's crazy. Anyway, moving on to the final part of the blog post. So it says, more sidekicks come to the shop on November 7th, including Bonesy, Spike, and Lil Raptor. Not long after, we'll have something for all the cat people out there. So this is really cool. There's going to be a bunch of sidekicks that come to the shop on November 7th, and I will go into every single one that's coming out, but let me just finish up the blog post real quick. It does have a little FAQ at the bottom with some player support articles. Nothing too crazy, but I did look through them. There were a couple things that stood out to me. So first off, the pets are usable in Lego mode, which, I mean, it did mention this at the start. I don't know how that's going to look. Like, are they going to have Lego versions? Is it just going to be the generic dog piece? I don't know, but they are usable in Lego mode. Secondly, in one of these articles, it actually says that you can use sidekick emotes. And I don't know if that's a separate cosmetic or something you get with your sidekick points, but I mean, in the video, we just see the characters using like already existing emotes, and then their pet just dances with them. So I don't know if sidekick emotes are a separate thing or what. We can only speculate, but I did see that. And then finally, the other thing that stuck out to me is you can actually change the name of your sidekicks. So you can name them whatever you want, and you can do that in limited times. It doesn't sound like it costs any points. So you can kind of personalize it to your liking, which I think is kind of cool. Alright, so now we get into my favorite part of the video, and we're just going to showcase every single sidekick that we know is going to be releasing. So first off, in the blog post, it specifically mentions on November 1st, obviously, Peels is going to be in the Battle Pass. We talked about that. And then secondly, it mentions November 7th, there are going to be more releasing to the shop. And it says it includes Lil Raptor, which we got to look at in the blog post, and it says Bonesy and Spike. Now, we don't know who Spike is, but I'm going to guess it's this Doberman-looking dog one in the key art. That's just a guess. And then for Bonesy, if you guys don't know, Bonesy was actually the original pet, the first pet in Fortnite in Chapter 1, Season 6, and it sounds like they're turning him into a sidekick, which is super cool. Back when the sidekicks or companions were being leaked online the first time, they actually said that every old pet would be turned into a sidekick. It doesn't actually look like that's going to be the case. It sounds like it's just Bonesy for now. Maybe they'll do other ones. However, it does say in the blog post that players who own the Bonesy backbling will be granted the Bonesy sidekick on November 7th. It may take a bit for you to see it in your locker. So I do think that is really nice. They did not necessarily have to do that. You do get the sidekick if you already owned the original pet. So I do hope they do more of this with the other old pets. Obviously, they said there's a cat one coming. Maybe that's Empress. If you guys have been a long time viewer of the channel, you know I am a big fan of the Empress pet. So hopefully they do that one. But yeah, other than those three pets, Bonesy, Lil Raptor, and Spike, it looks like there will be even more releasing on November 7th, and we do get a look at some of them. So in the blog post, we do see two others. We see the Flopper pet with the fish stick hat, and then we do see the Doggo Pug pet. So those are really cool. It sounds like those should be releasing maybe November 7th, maybe a little bit after, but they will be coming out pretty soon. All right, so pausing again, Future Beeboy here. In the trailer, they did reveal two other pets. They revealed Bonesy, and they revealed a lot of his styles. You see a lot of Bonesy. He looks really cool. He does look quite a bit different from the original Bonesy, which was surprising to me. And then secondly, they revealed Cuddle Team Jr., I believe. And this guy looks awesome. There's a little Cuddle Team leader. Bear Army. If you know Bear Army, you are a real one. But we do get a little Cuddle Team leader companion shown in the trailer as well, which looks really cool. And then we did get some leaks a few months ago, so if you don't want to see the leaks, just skip to this point in the video. But we do get a good look of Bonesy and some other ones. So these were leaked a while ago. They might have been canceled. They could be changed. We don't know for sure. But I'm going to go ahead and pop these pictures up. First off, we have Bonesy. I think this is Bonesy. It looks like Bonesy. It looks like our boy Bonesy has grown up. He is a little bit bigger, and it does look so much like Bonesy. So I assume this is what the Bonesy sidekick is going to look like. Secondly, we actually have the Mecha Team Leader as a sidekick, which is really cool. I think this one's really funny. Obviously, they made a fish stick one, peely one, doggo one. Why not Mecha Team Leader? So that's pretty cool. Then we get, this might be one of my favorites, is this turtle on a skateboard. And I think this one is great. I think it's funny. And then finally, we get a look at the pug one. And this might be the same one as the doggo. I would assume it is. There's just different styles. But I could be wrong. And maybe it's a different pet entirely. So I believe that is a total of at least 10 sidekicks we know about. So to recap, Peels on November 1st. Then we have Lil Raptor, Spike, the fish stick one, Bonesy, the doggo one, the cat, which we don't get a picture of, and then 3 leaked ones, maybe a 4th. So at least 10 are coming out probably pretty soon. In terms of pricing, we do not have any info on that so far. So yeah, just disregard everything I'm about to say, but we obviously did just get a look at prices in the new trailer. It looks like it's going to be anywhere from $1,200 to $1,500. $1,200 it looks like for the more classic looking, just regular dogs, and then $1,500 for like the ones based on Fortnite skins. So we did get a look at the prices. That's what it's going to be. Anyway, back to the video. But if I were to guess, I would say around 1,000 V-Bucks. Obviously, that is the price of what Empress was, so it could be more. I don't think it's going to be any less. I think 1,000 V-Bucks is the good ending. But it was previously leaked that we will be seeing bundles of these in the shop at a discounted price. So hopefully that price is pretty well discounted, because you know I'm going to be buying these. So I believe that is everything we know so far about sidekicks. Obviously, there's certain stuff we can only speculate right now while we wait. We will know for certain on November 1st, which is tomorrow as this video is coming out. So I'm very excited. But I would love to continue the discussion with you guys in the comments. So leave a comment. What are your thoughts on this? What are you thinking? Are you going to pick up these? What do you think about the whole accessory controversy that's going on right now? Yeah, for one, I am super excited for these. I know there are some definitely flaws like the accessory thing, but regardless, it has been like literally, I think it's over 4 years since we got our last pet in Fortnite, which was Choppy. And obviously, like, I have been looking forward to this for so long. I could not be happier that they are returning. So in terms of what's next for videos, I will have a video coming out shortly after the new season releases, which will be kind of an animation showcase and just checking out the sidekicks in game with Peels whenever he comes out. And then on November 7th, I will be doing a separate video for each pet, just showcasing their animations and checking them out in game. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed and subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys very soon.